At 19, I aborted my first child. I felt emotional and psychological pressure to end my child's life. I was alone. So many voices in the culture lied to me. So many told me abortion was okay, was normal, was good even. I've lived with the regret of abortion every day of my life since. Abortion was damaging to me and deadly for my child. The truth is, abortion is always damaging and deadly. I understand that the other women on this panel today believe differently. I know their stories, and I've read their testimony. What is never addressed in their testimony is the simple reality of abortion violence. Abortion activism always requires euphemism and misdirection. Why? Because of the violent nature of abortion, because it is, frankly, inconvenient. Human persons, from their earliest days, poisoned in the womb and dismembered, torn limb from limb. Bodies thrown in medical waste bins and, in places like Washington, D.C., burned to power the lights of the city's homes and streets. Let that image sink in with you for a moment. The next time you turn on the light, think of the incinerators. Think of what we're doing to ourselves so callously and so numbly. Always and everywhere, the convictions of pro-abortion activists are damaging, are deadly, and are devastating to the fabric of American democracy. To speak for the violence of abortion is to speak for injustice. There's no other way to put it. We once had allegedly serious citizens in America speak for slavery. Many fought and even died to perpetuate that injustice. It seems incredible to us today, but Americans can and will overcome the injustice of abortion, just as Americans did finally overcome the injustice of slavery. Indeed, we're here today because the U.S. Supreme Court appears to be finally on the verge of reversing Roe v. Wade and Planned Parenthood v. Casey. Roe and Casey are widely regarded by legal scholars on the left and the right as the court's gravest and most profound mistakes since Dred Scott or Plessy. The future of America, a post-Roe America, is a future full of hope. Roe's reversal will make it possible for America's lawmakers to once again affirmatively protect the human right to life and to enshrine law and policy that makes abortion unthinkable for even those most vulnerable to abortion propaganda. Now, despite this historic moment, pro-abortion members of Congress recently voted to enshrine abortion in a more systemically unjust way even than Roe. Codifying Roe would threaten to invalidate state-informed consent protections. Codifying Roe would threaten to invalidate reflection periods, consumer telemed protections, state prohibitions against race or sex or genetic discrimination, and state laws protecting human persons at or before the point of viability. Nowhere do efforts to codify Roe into federal law mention either the child or the democratic will of the American people. Everything real about the mother and child evaporates into thin air. The American people, through their elected officials, recognize the need for basic oversight, for genuine informed consent, and for the interests of the child to matter. It is pro-abortion members of Congress who are out of step with the American people. It is a biological reality that a preborn child is a member of the human family. We want a true constitutional order that equally protects all members of the human family. Even President Biden, despite being bought and paid for by corporate abortion money, acknowledged the truth earlier this month that at the center of every abortion is, and this is his word, a child. Abortion is fundamentally unjust. Abortion deprives our brothers and sisters of the equal protection of the laws. Abortion turns equals into unequals. It empowers the strong at the expense of the vulnerable, and it makes us all less human and less humane along the way. We must confront the violence of abortion and learn to live and thrive together. We are Americans. We are up to the challenge. Thank you.